for this.
Keep it up there. Hold it up there. Hold it up there.
Thought the car was going to slide back up the racetrack out of the way.
Oh, boy. So caution is out. Here come all.
Larry said that he'd get on Earnhardt. Said, "Don't you think we ought to?"
Oh, around.
Oh, my God.
Hard in the wall.
Oh, that was a hard lick.
And that is Brian Vickers.
Another right rear tire went down to me.
My gosh, that was a hard lick.
You know, we saw that car really dancing around.
Well, Kyle's on the throttle. He's just a little bit impatient right now. And it looks as though that when the 10 car got in the back of him, that he might have cut the right.
He's trying to go by Robbie Gordon in 31.
And he's pushing. He pushed. He slid up the racetrack. He pushed into Robbie. And then we were just talking about it. You get one shot at saving these race cars. So, wow.
Oh, man. West Wing all over again.
Yeah, I'm telling you what, that was a shot. But that's what happened. He just lost a nose. And this is a racetrack, too, where
looked like he was just, well, he caught the grass in that trioval. Yeah. That's what it was.
Happens a lot of times.
Oh man, that was a hard lick too from the outside, and that's where Vickers was just trying to avoid.
Wow.
And it's just not Elliott Sadler's day.
No, and the 11 and the 20 both have had so many things.
Kenseth scooting by there. What a terrible crash.
And that's just what's happening. Yeah, with this tire.
Oh my God. It's like, this is worse than what I ever thought it was.
Put it back in the garage. It was like people thought I was dead or seriously injured.
Because they told Brian Vickers they did indeed have a loose left rear wheel. And he just hit the wall. He just hit the wall hard, Matt. And around goes Gilliland.
And everybody else gets on the brakes.
I think they're running over parts over there. I see parts flying everywhere.
See if that's exactly what happens here. Oh, he's loose into turn one. Yeah, he's definitely out of control right there as he tries to correct it. Brian Vickers is unfortunately right there, and it takes him out also.
So two guys that were on the lead lap now find themselves.
There might just be one right there off of turn two.
Oh, yeah. This is going to bring it out.
Austin Dillon spins around and crashing behind him.
Still going.
Two teammates, Menard and Ryan Newman. All
Here he comes. Here he comes. Man, it's like, I don't know if that, maybe that hood being up in front of him, maybe he thought he was at the pit road entrance because it looked like he just turned.
Yeah, the right front tire was not towed in that bad until he hit the wall.
There's Larry Foyt moving around in his car, which is a good sign.
When the net's down, that's
okay.
even a better sign.
Yes. Now watch Foyt come up off the corner and
got in the fence.
Yeah, he was already in the fence. Caught it, and it just arrested his forward motion. And poor Brian Vickers had no.
See the brakes blowing on the 10 car, trying to stay off the 25.
A lot of damage to both of them.
Ooh. Looks like he got a little help right there.
Robert Presley got in the back of him, but Darrell, this may have begun as the race started, or begun to develop as the race started.
We see Denny Hamlin get sideways. Let's see if that's, well,
Like a couple of things going on right there. The 55,
yeah. Brian Vickers
cut off Matt Kenseth. I'm not sure if they're related or not.
Yeah, it looked like Vickers was trying to avoid maybe the 11 as he got really sideways. I don't know how Denny Hamlin saved that car once again.
As it starts to develop.
Doesn't take much right there. The cars are so light.
I believe Hermie in the 54 did get a little bit of damage on that right front.
Everybody is okay. Drivers are out of their cars.
Rudeman. Ooh. Gosh.
Biffle went to move up, and the hole was not there.
He got two at once. He got the 83 from the back and the 00 from the front. And there's Casey Kane hooked up and can't get loose.
So much debris. These guys can't see where they're going. And that happens. 4 wide.
That's Kelly Byers, the 47 car, as the 17 came across. That was the initial contact, and then the 17 collects the 60 and the 10.
The guys, it looked like Matt Kenseth really thought he was clear, and he just wasn't clear. And come across the hood of Kelly Byers. And
that's how you get both ends. There's the front.
going to slide directly back across the racetrack right in front of Casey Mears.
Chad gets back to the gas, gives him a little help right there. All it takes at those speeds is just a little nudge, and around you go. But fortunately, no one else got into him, but he did hit the outside wall real hard right there with the right front.
If you missed it earlier, he had a spin off of turn 2, and there goes Brian Vickers hard into the wall. Might have been a right front tire.
The wall, turn 3. Come on down pit road.
Caution.
He lost his brakes, but that's not a spot that you would hit. Doesn't look like just from losing the brakes.
Screen coming
right
in
up here.
Michael into his teammate Rudeman.
Got Rudeman loose.
Right in front of Keselowski. Here comes Nemechek. Pow into Michael.
Look at, nope, didn't make it. Didn't make it.
Brian Keselowski, we just talked about, was involved. That white car up against the wall there.
There's Mark Martin down here, Jimmy Johnson, Jeff Gordon.
Goes down to the bottom. Yep, got turned. Hold on. Ooh, that's not the good way to hit either.
No.
Not that there's any really good way to hit, but that's the worst way.
Oh, yeah, there was smoke, all right.
That was a hard lick.
It really was, and Boyd Jr. just tried to move up a little too quickly and caught the back of Vickers' car.
Well, that was Vickers in the 57, but I don't know what caused that.
Probably have to back it up just a little.
He gets a little help. Like I said, Dale. It's like Max Pappas, but they're all jammed up. Look like 29 was in the back of him.
Well, we talked about that groove being so narrow. There's just like a lane and a half. You get outside of that with the 2 tires. There's just no grip there.
Boy, we got one sideways. Mike Bliss, and he
pounded.
Todd Bodine just gets by leading this race.
Yeah, it just wrecked all the cars.
A bunch of cars. This is the big wreck. It looks like there's over a dozen cars involved.
How did 31 not get hit here? Watch the car come across right to Burton, right there.
Oh, that was close. Well, didn't we say in this top of this you had to be lucky? So that's one of those times it was lucky. You see Terry Labonte spinning down through there in the 45 car.
70.
Yep, caution is out.
Caution is out. I'm like you. I believe if I'm Tony Raines, I want to see that caution even though I'm leading this race.
That's the only way he's going to get an opportunity.
I think he may have got some damage on the left front fender, possibly. Right there. Gordon hits the wall on the outside down here and then gets hit by another car right there. He has to have quite a bit of damage. Brian Vickers just drove.
So to get this cleanup taken care of.
That means no work can be done on the cars. Once the red flag is put out, cars will be stopped on the track. On board with Ashton Lewis. Let's take a look.
It makes you think, here we go. Yeah, you're going to say it must have been a chain reaction thing because that was a late spin by the 83.
Yeah, and as a driver, Andy, you see all this smoke coming, and when the smoke's coming, you start checking up.
No, he just got remarked. Well,
that's off turn 2.
Boy, that was a hard hit, too.
Yes, it was. Vickers hits the wall hard there off turn 2.
I think he may have had a right front tire.
He's trouble. Contact on the backstretch. It's Mike Waltrip and now Brian Vickers. Robbie Gordon, 31. The time. Waltrip's over. 1, 2, 3 times for Michael Waltrip.
Well, there's the big one right there. Took a lot. There's a lot of good cars right there. Is that Sterling?
Somebody hits the brakes and so on, and the 5th car back is in the crash. Well, that's about what happened to Vickers. Time to check with Jeff Hammond for today's State Farm Safety Report.
Let's try this one.
Well, if there's 2 of them involved and they're both spinning, chances are there was some contact between them.
Stops prior to that caution. Boy, Brian Vickers, Dale Earnhardt Jr., that ain't going to work, boys.
Vickers hard. Here we go. Busch, the dominant car of the day, in the wall.
That was wrong.
And 10 cars sliding, slamming into the infield.
Jimmy Johnson,
Kane and Martin pull away just a little bit from Tony Stewart, who fires it in
Casey
3.
Kane lost it.
Oh, there's oil. There's oil on the racetrack. Oil on the racetrack.
Mark Martin, Tony Stewart gets by. I think Matt
31st spot. Drop back to 39th. Whoa.
Oh, my goodness. Man, that was a hard
hard impact by Brian Vickers.
Hold it up there.
Yeah, just that little bit of touch on the left rear quarter bumper on that 26 car.
Kyle Busch in the 5. He's right behind the 25.
Junior did not. Look at
Junior.
Junior.
No, trouble!
Oh, that's going to turn Truex. And Truex is going to get right into burn, and we've got more
we
problems.
got all kinds of people. Kevin Harvick,
Brian Vickers, David Reagan.
Jeff Gordon's team go to work. His number 24 car, Brian Vickers, spinning down pit road. Brian Vickers.
And he impacts the barriers at the head end of pit road. That brings out the caution.
Yeah, you can see the right. I'd say it lost a right rear tire.
And there's just no controlling it. Remember, the speeds are running here well over 180 miles per hour, 31 degrees of banking.
Ford 400, and the field has caught the leader, and Scott Wimmer has gone around right in front of championship contender Jimmy Johnson. It's the 11, Denny Hamlin.
To the caution flag.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, they're hard to drive like that.
Holy cow. You see how high the back of that car came up?
And then he had the brakes on so hard the wheels were hopping.
Yeah, they had battled for him.
There's the bump from Dale Jr. and then a little wiggle by Jimmy Johnson, and here we go.
It's almost like the two things happened at the same time.
If the 10 wasn't on the outside of the 4, probably no harm. If the 48 hadn't twitched a little bit, probably no harm. But all those things created that.
Back to Dick Bergman.
With Brian Vickers this time, could you? Looked like you had a right front tire down. The car just straight into the wall.
Definitely a tire.
Now here's what's going to be interesting. We're going to be.
It doesn't make any sense to me, but I liked it when we were battling and racing, and that's why when we got in the back, we kept trying to go to the bottom to get to the front.
Oh, trouble on the racetrack, trouble way up high, and we now have the big one here with 44 laps to go, the 5 car involved. McMurray is there.
I'm seeing smoke and fire coming out of that car, and I think he had a tire going down slowly.
And if it wasn't for bad luck, Jamie Matt would just have no luck at all.
And I mean,
the next flag will end the race. Oh, around goes Newman. Newman up into Logano. 5 cars into the wall. 7. Caution.
Caution is out. The race is not complete. Not complete.
Had to get to the white flag.
There's Junior on the inside of Marcos Ambrose.
You can see Junior down on the apron, loses the traction again, gets sideways. Ryan Newman gets pushed into him by Sam Hornish. They both make it through, though. Then it just starts stacking up behind him. See Casey Mears just sliding his way through.